Juicer fires it over and fills it.
Turnaround jumper, good.
English cuts to the circle, puts up a running right-hander and a beauty.
Boy, is that pretty. Prettiest shot I've seen in a long time.
Well, each Tuesday here on Game Time, we take a look at a different game changer, a look back at special players who made an impact both on as well as off the court. This week, it's our good friend Alex English who is in the spotlight, an 8-time All-Star and one of the game's great scorers in his Hall of Fame career. And Alex joins us now on the phone. Alex, good to talk with you.
Hey, great to talk with you guys.
You know, I'm not going to lie. One of my earliest memories of you is that you were bold enough to wear the jersey number 2 at a time when no one else did that. You were a trendsetter. Was that by design? How did that happen?
Well, what happened was when I got to Denver, the number that I had in college was 22. And at that time, Glenn Gondrzak, God bless his soul, he was wearing my my number 22, so I didn't want to leave the number 2 because it was special for me. So I took the number 2.
And there you have it.
There you have it. And Alex, you scored so many points throughout your career. And looking at your resume, you only took 83 threes throughout your career. And of course, you know I like the three-point shot. Was that by design, or did you like the mid-range game?
Well, I was a mid-range player. That's how I learned to play the game. The three-point shot didn't come. It wasn't a legal 3 points when I played. So what happened was I didn't practice it. So it didn't come till late in my career, and by that time I was not a good three-point shooter. My game was a mid-range game, and that's what I stayed with.
Something else
I stayed
too.
within my game.
Something else too. I'm sorry about that, Alex. As 3D and I were talking about you and your career, and now watching the highlights from your career. Like all the greats, you made it look so effortless. Everything that you did. Talk about that shooting form where you would kind of hang in the air and then release the ball. I mean, it is remarkable to watch you shoot.
Well, I learned that shot when I was in high school. I can remember playing for a state championship my junior year and losing to a guy who also played in the NBA. His name was Clyde Mays, and he was about my height. And he would block my shot so regularly that I said, well, I have to change this shot. And the principal of my high school, he noticed as well, and he showed me a way to release the shot at the top of the jump shot, which was more effective for me. And I started practicing it then, and it worked for me, and I stayed with it.
Well, Alex, when you look back when you were a young kid, can you share with the people how hard you work and things you had to do to get to that point of being a great scorer?
Well, my game wasn't really about scoring when I first started. I was more of a rebounder, shot blocker, and every now and then I would score. But as I got more comfortable with my game, I became a scorer. But I put a lot of time in. When during the summers I would work, I did a lot of time, put a lot of practice in shooting the ball and shooting different kinds of shots. Not just once I learned how to shoot the jump shot, I said, well, I have to have other ways of scoring. So I worked on the running one-hander, going off the wrong foot, the dump shot. And, just different ways to score. Putbacks. I scored a lot of points just by following my shot. My coach told me that, most times when you shoot the ball, and if you miss, it's going to come back to you. So I got in the habit of making sure that I would follow the shot, and I scored a lot of points that way as well. But I put a lot of time in the summertime into developing my jump shot as well as working on my game.
Some of those simple fundamentals sometimes that we forget about, Alex.
Nowadays we don't get the kind of fundamentals that we got when we played in college for 4 years.
It's true. Sometimes you get a little bit of a hurry. I'm curious. One thing I did not know about you is that you're a poet. You actually have published some poems, right?
Yes. When I was in college, I was an English major, and one of my first projects in my African-American English class was to write some poetry. And I enjoyed it, liked it, and decided, hey, I'm going to try this again. I ended up publishing 3 books of poetry.
And was that more rewarding than your career, or the same, or not so much? I'm curious.
It was not even close. I enjoyed writing. I loved writing. It was a great way of expression. But when I got on the basketball court, I felt like a dancer, and it was there's no way to explain or express how expressive the game can be unless you're a player. You know, you find ways to express yourself, whether it's by a jump shot, blocking a shot, even running up and down the floor was part of the expression, and I enjoyed that very much.
Well, Alex, always poetry in motion. Good to talk with you, and thanks again for being a game changer, and best of luck to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, Alex English, our game changer for this week. We'll keep it here on Game Time. It's been a long time coming, but Bill Russell is getting his due in Boston. The latest honor for the all-time great Celtic. It's coming up.